curves in vanilla Blender are an absolute bastard, okay? But curves with Hardops are fun. So let me show you. Now, not many people know that if you enter Hardops, there's this bar on top here, right? And these are smart shapes like this one, and these are smart modifiers, okay? Now, by the way, if you want to learn more about cool stuff like this and what this actually does in detail, then I would suggest you grab our course, The Ultimate Guide to Hardops and Box Cutter 2.0, which is going to teach you a lot of stuff you don't know and a lot of stuff you could really use for your workflow. It's a fantastic course. People love it. It's one of our best-selling courses, hands down. So go ahead and check it out. The link is in the video description and in the comment pinned under the video. But let me show you how this works. So Smart Shape is really cool, right? You add this to Blender, it looks normal. However, you can tell that it's not normal when you're going to look at the modifiers. There's quite a few of them, okay? And you can control them here by holding Control. You see these dots and you hover over them, they'll tell you what it does. So we can control the thickness, we can control the height, we can control the, the volume. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. Let's say we want to do something like this, cool. And then we're going to extend it, make it a bit taller. So let's just run this screw at 100 PG, right? So it looks like a telephone cable, like an old telephone cable. Now watch this. If I wanted to run a curve along this shape, right? All I need to do is just click on the shape, go to Q menu, add modifier from Hardops, and click on curve. Now these modifiers, don't get fooled, yeah? Hardops modifiers are similar to those in Blender, but they usually have some hidden features and quirks or settings. Like for example, curve is going to perfectly follow the shape of this object, and you can hold Control here and you can swap the axis if you want to. But watch this now, right? If I go to edit mode and grab this one, I can, move it left and right, and it's gonna fit perfectly the length of this object. In addition, if I'm going to extrude it, right, it's going to kind of extrude the shape with it as well, right? In addition, you can also parent them. So if I grab this curve here and parent to my shape, Control P, Object, Keep Transform, what I can do now is I can rotate this cable, right? Just the cable. And the curve is gonna rotate with it, right? So I can access the curve now, and I can keep adjusting my cable, which is pretty bloody cool, right? So that's, number one. Number two, you can combine this with lattice, and lattice in Hardops is very different too. So check this out. I'm going to expand this cube here, and I'm going to apply the scale. I'm going to run some sub D on it, and I'm going to run a lattice with Hardops. Now I'm going to go to Q menu, and we're going to increase the number of segments here on the y-axis, right? Now I'm going to select the cube, and I'm going to add a curve, and you will see that the curve is going to be vertical, but we can swap it to horizontal, and it's going to perfectly fit the length of the cube. So now, like you saw before, I can adjust, this shape here, right? But in addition, now I have a control with the lattice, so I can go to lattice, right? And I can, for example, grab these and move the thing a bit to the left, independent of the curve. So now if I'm going to run sub D on it, I'm going to get some pretty cool cable as well. So you can create some really interesting shapes, using this technique, okay? Right? Pretty cool, no? So you got now two controls over this cable. Another thing you can do is, for example, grab a plane, nuke this edge here, then select these two, Shift Control B and bevel, and then we're gonna go to Mesh Tools and Curve Extract. Then we're gonna apply this to Visual to Mesh, run some loops, mirror with Mesh Machine, and run some loops here. Now, if I'm gonna add a curve to it, right? So let's go to Operation, Modifiers and Curve, and I'm gonna add it here in the middle. I can deform this using this curve in the middle, like this, right? I can even extend it. It's gonna flatten this handle here, watch. See, it's gonna stretch it, right? So you can do all kinds of, kinky stuff with it. And then obviously Shade Smooth, Control 3, right? And you got something like that. So you got a lot of different ways of deforming your mesh, and then obviously on top of it, you can, you know, add some, sub-D control here if you wanted to, right? Etc. Right? So let me just split it into 4. Grab this one and Alt S, for example, right? And there you go. See what I mean? So, you know, you can have a lot of fun. Anyway, that's it for the video. And like I said, if you want to learn more about, you know, these add-ons, then grab our course, The Ultimate Guide to Hardops and Box Cutter. And if you want to learn the basics of Blender, then you probably should be looking into another course of ours, which is the Hard Surface Accelerator, which is perfect for beginners, and it will teach you literally everything you need to know about how to start with Blender, how to understand all the menus, all the tools, modeling, and, you know, how to get better at rendering and creating some really cool, amazing designs on your own. All the links are in the video description. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.